Welcome back to the GrowFit Florida podcast. I'm Jermaine and I grow food right here in beautiful West Central Florida, Zone 10A. Now today I want to talk to you about something that most people, they don't even realize. Your garden is not just producing food, it's actually producing you. The habits you build outside in your yard, they're shaping your discipline, they're shaping your health and your awareness, and even your patience and strength too. And most people, they miss it. I did for a long time. They think gardening is about growing your tomatoes or just your mangoes, which it is, but it's more than that. It's deeper than that. It's about systems. And systems, they either serve you or they expose you. So today, I'm giving you 5 gardening habits that if you commit to them, they're going to upgrade your garden, your health, and your fitness all at the same time. The best thing about this, no gym is required. No memberships, no special apps. There's apps for everything now. None of that, just principles. And I'm going to share them with you today. So let's start with the first one, and that's the morning walkthrough. Before emails, before notifications, before you give your energy away to other people, you step outside, you observe. You don't fix anything yet. You don't grab your tools. You just walk around and you look, because here's a principle most people learn just way too late into gardening. You can't improve what you don't inspect. Most gardeners, they only show up when there's a problem, when they see yellow leaves or when they see bugs everywhere or something die. Now you're in reaction mode. But the disciplined gardener walks daily. You notice 3 aphids before they multiply. You notice the soil drying before plants wilt. And you even see the signs of disease in your yard and certain plants before it spreads. Observation, it prevents escalation. Let me give you a real life example of this that happened to my wife and I. So we go outside every single day and we walk the yard every single morning. I skipped one morning recently when we had this cold stretch. Skipped one morning. We watered the night before just like everybody else did. But we forgot to turn off the hose. And we had a metal hose, not one of the rubber hose, a nice, supposed to be durable metal hose. Around 7 a.m., looking through our backyard cameras, we seen water just splurting up everywhere. We didn't notice it until around noon, actually about 12:30. So over 5 hours of water just squirting everywhere. And I sat there thinking, I'm like, the hose wasn't the problem. The problem was the discipline that I lacked for that day. One skip day, and it cost us money. It's just crazy because that one lack of discipline cost us money. It costs water. I don't like to waste water, but that's how life works. It's rarely the big failures that get you. It's the small lapse in judgment. It's the forgetting discipline actually equals freedom. Now let's zoom out. The morning walk is not just protecting your plants. It's regulating your nervous system. Morning sunlight hits your eyes. It tells your brain it's time to wake up. Cortisol rises at the correct time. Your energy stabilizes. Your sleep improves at night. And you're aligning biology before the world starts demanding your attention. The first thing that touches your hands every morning is your phone instead of your soil. Something's out of order there. And you know that. We know that. I know that. Now, for my up north gardening brothers and sisters, I got you. Don't worry, I understand. Your time is coming. You're going to be back in your garden real soon. But for my southern brothers and sisters, we can pretty much go outside all year round and do this. Let's take advantage of that. And if you want to walk barefoot on the grass, that's even better. Grounding research is growing rapidly, reducing inflammation, improve mood markers. But even without the studies, you feel the difference when you're just walking your own backyard with no shoes on. The sunlight hitting your face in the morning, the air in your lungs, silence before the noise, before the boss, before your employee, maybe even before that customer calling in who had a bad day and they want to take it out on you. I've been there. I understand. Charge your battery first. And to do that, just go in the garden, go in your backyard, get some sun, remind yourself what you have in your backyard and why you're growing your food. What is the purpose and the reason why you're growing your food? God is good. So that's habit number one. Now, here's what happens next. When you start observing daily, you notice the waste. Leaves falling, your chop and drop, your kitchen scraps accumulating. This is what leads to habit number two that I'm going to talk about is composting. It's one of the most powerful principles in all of nature. Nothing is wasted. So what looks like trash becomes fertility. Banana peels, coffee grounds, eggshell, dried leaves, shredded cardboard. And y'all know we got a lot of cardboard nowadays. We got too much cardboard. Let's make this into compost. What do you do to do it? Simple. It's just 2 parts brown, 1 part green. Now, I have so many videos on composting. You guys can go check that out. You want to keep it moist, but not soaked. Turn it occasionally. It's that simple. But here's one of the deeper principles with that's in life. People who know how to convert waste into something valuable, they usually win. Compost is proof that what looks useless can become the foundation of growth in your garden. When we committed to composting, our soil changed forever. It was darker, it was richer, it held water longer, worms showed up. Healthy soil reduces stress on plants. It reduces fertilizer costs, it increases resilience, and it's going to increase the yield in your food. But here's the part that surprised me and my family the most. Composting, it actually started to change the way we ate. Seriously, what happened was you start to understand that you need to eat more whole foods, more real foods, vegetables, fruit, things with real ingredients, because you can't throw that crap in your compost pile, that other stuff. The system automatically upgrades you. The compost pile, your garden, the system in general actually upgrades you. It upgrades your food, your lifestyle. Now, physically turning compost pile is not a light activity. You're twisting, you're lifting, you're stabilizing your core, your shoulders. 15 minutes can be easy, 150 calories burned. But more importantly, it builds usable strength, not popcorn muscle, not mirror strength, but actual functional strength. Strength that shows up when you want to move furniture in your house, when you want to lift your kids, play with your kids outside, or your grandkids. You're still lifting your grandkids. You're able to get up off the floor, things like that. Now, think about this. You're walking daily, you're building soil, your garden is thriving, which leads to habit number 3, the 15-minute daily weed. And I'm talking about weeds that's in the ground, that weeds. Most people, they operate in cycles of neglect or overwhelm. Ignore all week, panic on Saturday, exhaust yourself, repeat. Been there, done that, not trying to go back to that in the garden because life's. But that's not discipline, that's avoidance. Instead of 15 minutes every day pulling some weeds when they're small, when the soil is damp, when the roots haven't even anchored in that deep, that small effort, it can prevent large suffering later. The principles works everywhere. And even here, this is when it gets really interesting. When you're weeding, you're training your grip. So pulling those weeds is excellent grip strength. And studies have shown that grip strength correlates with longevity and heart health. It's a correlation to that. You're standing, you're kneeling, you're squatting, mobility is at motion. Now let's elevate this a little bit. After you go to one bed and you're pulling weeds, do 15 push-ups for those who are able. Before you move on to your next raised bed, do some squats, maybe 10, 15 squats. You move on to the next one, do some lunges. You stack that exercise into maintenance. You don't add time, you redesign your time outside. Over 3 months, you've done hundreds of reps. Imagine doing this for a year or 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. All those reps, they add up. No gym, no commute, no extra carved out time that you have to make. This is intelligent design. Now, before we move any further, let's just pause and recap what we have talked about so far, because I don't want us to miss any of this. First is your morning observation. Second is waste conversion. Third was daily maintenance with some movement. 3 habits already that if you do these, it's going to be transformational for you. Now let's move into habit number 4. And this is a fun one. It's grow it, pick it, and just eat it at least once a week. So grow it, pick it, eat it. So what that means is you're basically going through your yard and you're going to eat something once a week. You'll be shocked how many people, they grow food and they still default to grocery stores just out of habit. Not saying that they don't have it, because they have it in their backyard. They forget the herbs. They let the cucumbers overgrow. They buy lettuce because they let theirs bolt. When you commit to eating from your yard weekly, you plant it differently. Succession planting is intentional. You're spacing out things right. You're growing what you actually consume, and you're not just going to throw stuff in the ground. Produce begins losing nutrients immediately after you harvest it. I've talked about this countless times. Vitamin C degrades quickly. The phytonutrients, they decline over time. Your tomato that was on a vine an hour ago, sun ripened and alive. Now those stored tomatoes that you're buying, that they pick green and they shipped and they're stored, you're not getting all the nutrients that you should be getting, if any at all, to be honest. Studies shown people who garden eat more vegetables overall. That ownership of your fruits and vegetables, it shifts your behavior. When you grow it, you respect it. You cook it. You waste less. You choose better. That's not willpower. That's your connection to the space that you have made in your backyard or front yard. And once you taste that tomato warm from the sun, you realize what you've been settling for, it ain't real food. That food that we're buying doesn't taste like your backyard. Lastly is going to be habit number 5. And that is stretching in the garden. You got me right. Stretching in the garden. Let's talk about it. So that final habit number 5 is just stretching in the garden. 5 to 10 minutes before, maybe 5 to 10 minutes after you gardening. It places a kind of strain on your body if you're not used to it. If this is your first time coming back, and if you lack the mobility, it can create injury with all the things that you're doing outside in the garden. We talked about it. Strength without flexibility, it breaks down over time. Mobility, it actually protects your independence. The people moving well into their 70s and their 80s, they didn't start in their 70s. They maintain that movement, and stretching, it helps. It slows you down. It forces you to breathe. It forces you to be present where you're at. And presence is something that most of us, we've lost. Now, step back and just look at the system that you created. Morning sunlight, it regulates your hormones. Compost, it builds soil and it influences your diet. Daily maintenance, it builds grip strength and mobility. Fresh food, improving your nutrients. Stretching preserves your function. That's what it's all about, family. That's building a healthy lifestyle. And the key word here is lifestyle. Not a trend, not hype, not shortcut, just straight discipline. Just align habits. And here's the principles behind all of this. You don't get what you want in your garden. You get what your habits and your daily disciplines are designed to produce. If your habits are reactive, your results will be reactive. If your habits are disciplined, your results will compound. Your garden will never outperform your consistency. It just won't. And neither will your body. If you commit to these 5 habits for the next 90 days, you won't just have better plants, more productive garden. You'll sleep better, move better, think clearer, eat better, spend less time being wasteful, waste less, because you built a system with discipline as your foundation. Discipline. And systems create freedom. That's what this is all about. Not tomatoes, but freedom. If this episode made you think just a little bit deeper, share it with someone who needs a reason to step out tomorrow and get into their garden. Share it with someone who you're trying to convince to start a garden. And thank you all again for watching. Oh, also, and get yourself a copy of my new book, The Florida Perennial Garden. Now, I wrote this book specifically for you guys because of all the questions that I've been getting on all my perennial videos. I'm not able to answer everybody right here on YouTube, on Spotify. Patreon, I answer everybody, but I'm not able to go through and answer everybody individually and give you the attention that I want to. I put it in the book. I wrote everything that we talked about through all of last year and this year about perennials. I put everything that I have learned about perennials and the perennials we grow, along with pictures in our backyard of our perennials, all in this book, The Florida Perennial Garden. I made this strictly for you guys. If you live in the South, this is a great book. And also, Grow Food, Not Lawns. This book right here, it has been hundreds of people. I get hundreds of people that has emailed me and has told me how this book alone has changed the way they garden, changed their health, changed the way they interact with their backyard garden. So I'm so thankful and I'm so blessed that I was able to write this book. If you haven't got your copy, go get your copy of Grow Food, Not Lawns. So I want to thank you guys for listening. I want to thank you for watching if you're watching this. And until that next video, until the next time, God bless.